Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Revival webinar series. And thank you for taking the time to join us today. And in this webinar, we are talking about the impactful budget that revenue manager, general manager should use into their day-to-day life before taking any decisions or strategy, right? So, if you are a revenue manager, general manager, let's say a sales director or hotel owner, then you probably experience this type of situation before where you can see your occupancy is behind the forecast, but suddenly after some few days, the bookings are suddenly surge, right? So the rate moves, the demand changes, the market demand are also getting up, and the competitors reacted before you reacted. So suddenly you ask yourself this question like, could we have seen this earlier, or are we just left the revenue on the table, right? Or was there any enough time to adjust your pricing or inventory by any chance, right? So this reality is most of hotels spends like too much time looking where there are today and not enough time to understanding the data or the demand which is heading for tomorrow. So we are going to explore how booking pace analysis, 90-day pickup, the pickup trends for upcoming 90 days and for the past 90 days, like historical demand patterns and forecast intelligence can help you anticipate the demand before it happens and make you the smarter decisions or smarter revenue managers, right? So because in the today's market, the hotel that wins are not the one that react fastest, but they are the ones who predict this type of demands earlier, right? So most hotels still rely heavily on the occupancy reports, but occupancy tells you what has already happened, right, in the past. Think like this way, like as a revenue manager, I think occupancy is your rear view mirror, and booking pace is your windshield, right? So if your occupancy is 60% today, let's say, that's useful, that is correct number. But if your booking pace indicates that you will reach 90% based on how the historical data is there within the next 7 days. So your pricing strategy should be very different for the 90% occupancy, right? So the challenge is that many hotels don't have visibility into those booking trends until it's too late, right? So that's where booking pace analysis becomes critical. So let's see the booking pace analysis first. Let's start with that. So here under the day by day, you can see booking pace. So this is how the booking pace is there. The view is there. You can see from 0 to up to 90, we have like the past data, how the booking is coming for the current day rooms, right? So here you can see all the LY rooms and STLY rooms lines are present on that, and all the data points are there for the number of the days, right? So we can compare the current booking pace against the historical pace last year, or STLY means same time last year trends, we begin to understand become demand the behavior. So question for the booking pace that this booking pace analysis answer is, are bookings arriving faster than expected? This is the first question. The second question is the demand accelerating or slowing, or which date from here are building stronger than historical trends, right? So which dates may need your pricing intervention, sorry. So instead of waiting for occupancy to grow, booking pace allows revenue teams to see demand forming in the real time, right? So increase the rate earlier by looking at such graph, or you can protect your inventory, you can adjust the restrictions, you can maximize the ADR before compression occurs, right? So this is how the booking pace graph look like, and from looking at this, you can clearly see your date is coming on here on the 0th day, and your booking is surging after, let's say, at 45 day, we can take as an average. So we can see after 45 days, while booking while open for the rooms, you can get the bookings for the current state date, right? So that is why the booking pace is very useful to see by the revenue manager, so that he or she would know that how should I change my pricing strategy accordingly. So now let's see 90 days pickup. For that, you can click under the forecast and pickup, you can see 90 days pickup, right? Click on that and you'll see the 90-day pickup view over here. So basically in reality, demand often follows the recognizable patterns, right? By analyzing 90 days of historical pickup activity, we can identify the lead time trends, booking window, seasonal demand behavior, market reaction patterns. Historical pickup transforms the forecasting from guesswork into the strategy. So this is the 90-day pickup in which we have past dynamic pickup, which is 90 days. So here we have stay date, then we have the day difference from the stay date, then we have total booking and forecast room. Then here we can see from 90 days up to the 0 day means till today, we have 90 days overall pickup. So this is the historical pickup. So by looking at it, thus we can clearly say how the customer behavior will look like for the next 90 days. We can calculate it from the historical data for the pickup, right? So right now also the forecasts are based on the historical pickup, right? So here we have the day difference. As you can see, 90 days for today we have the same day difference. Then today, like from for the 90-day, we have the on 25th to 3rd, we can see we have 66 total books and we have day before arrival, which is 1, and our pickup for that day is 65. Then we can clearly see our dba is constant in the value and also the pickup. Then we can see when we are closer to the date, means the date which is today, we can see our day before arrival is getting increased day by day. Up to here we can see we have 66, and the pickup are decreasing from the day of arrival, right? So here we can clearly see we have all the 90 days stay date, and for the stay date we have all the days day before arrival and pickup. And here you can clearly see also the average of 90 days. As we can see, from 90 day we have 98, and when we are getting closer to the today's date, our pickup is decreasing, right? That's how you understand, and that's how instantly you get the customer behavior, and based on that you can predict for the future dates, right? So likewise we have dynamic pickup also over here for like today's up to 90 days. Here we have the day difference, the total booking, the forecast rooms, and from 90 days same we have here we can clearly see we have 108 pickup, and we have day before arrival is 6. And when we are getting far from today's date, we can see we have the number of pickups are getting lesser, right? So as we can clearly see that our numbers are decreasing in the past 90 days, sorry, future 90 days, and the numbers are more when we are nearer to that date, right? So likewise we have for past 90 days from today's date, and we have the future 90 days from today's date, right? So likewise we have for the 90-90 ratio. Then we have the buckets where we can clearly see the summary of the pickup. We can see for 90 days, 60 days, 30 days, and 14, 7, 3, 1, and 0. So we have all the buckets where we can see for today on the 0th day. We have day before arrival is a lot more because the people are coming in, and the pickup are somewhere 0. And when we are moving for, like, we can see for 3 days, we can see for 7 days, the pickup are getting closer and getting more numbers. And as we can see, we have the 90 days pickup. We can see that we have 108, and the day before arrival is less. So the people coming at a 90-day arrival, which is less as compared to the people who are coming to the closer to the stay date, right? So that's how we have all the 90-day summary also, and the totals also here. Then we can see that in the visualization we can see the booking expected graph, a booking reservation graph. Then we have the day booking pace. We can see from 0 1 every bookings, and then percentage of rooms sold by booking week. So we have a week wise also split out. So likewise we can see the visualization. Then we have pickup variances also, like this is the current scenario is going on, then this is the day one look like, this is 3 day pickup look like, and this is 7 day pickup look like with their forecast changes variance over here. Then we have that same values visualization over here. Likewise, you can see all the numbers of the pickup and the variances that is going on versus the forecast change also, right? So that's how this 90-day pickup widget is useful. Now that we have seen 90-day pickups, let's move towards booking pace, a weekly forecast widget. So here you can see booking pace weekly forecast widget. So now let's talk about forecasting. Advanced forecasting answers three questions. What is the best case scenario? What is the expected scenario? And what's the risk scenario, right? So here you can see the screen of booking pace weekly forecast where you can see a mean value, a high value, and a low value for the range of the this week, like for the current stay date that is right now. So here we can see that the red part here is the low. Here the green part is the mean and the high part. So right now for today's date, we have seen that the high value is 126, the mean value is 120, and the low value is at 93. We can see for tomorrow the OTB is 114 and high, mean and low values are same as 114, right? So here you can basically view the booking pace by weekly. So you can get the weekly forecast for the next week. So based on the values for the next week, you can take your pricing strategy, and your revenue team will know that what price should be at my low value and what will be my selling value. Likewise, when we see the booking pace monthly forecast, here we get the monthly forecast view of what our booking pace look like and how the behavior of the customers that is coming into the hotel for the booking. So we can see here for first and from first to sixth we have this numbers. The max is at 125 and the mean is at 95. Then we can see for the second week, which is from 7 to 13, we can see the average is at 122 while the OTB is at 126. Then this all are the OTB's value. Then we can see for the mid month, we can say that midweek is look like the minimum is increasing. Here from starting of the month, the starting week, our max is at 125 and mean is at 95. But in the middle of the month, we can see our max is increased and mean value is also increased over here. Then we can see the previous week that is already gone. We have seen upcoming days are at max is 126 and mean is at 99. And for the future, we have already seen that our max is at 126, same as the mean, and our average and OTB is at 126 and 71 likewise. So that how this visualizations of a monthly and weekly booking pace gives you a lot more insightful thinking while taking the strategy or taking any pricing opportunity action. We can already see that what our forecast is look like, and from the past 90 days pickup we can see how our customers behavior while booking is look like, right? So that's how this all widget is powerful. And as we wrap up by today, I would like to leave with one final thought over here is every reservation tells a story and every pickup trend signals future demand and every booking pace curves reveals the market behavior. So the question is, are we seeing those signals early enough to act on it or not? Or are we leaving the revenue on the table? So the difference between a good revenue strategy and a great revenue strategy often comes down to the timing that we take the action. Like it should be earlier before the demand hits, right? So the earlier you identify the demand, the more pricing power you have for that, right? The more pricing power you have, the more revenue capture you can get. So that's exactly why we built Revivol, powered by Hotel Switchboard, to help hotels move beyond reporting and into predictive revenue intelligence. So, thank you for joining us today. And if you would like to learn more or schedule a personalized demonstration, visit revivol.ai today and schedule a demo today. We look forward to helping you and your property to unlock its next level of revenue performance. So, thank you and have a wonderful day. See you in the next session.